Hello, this is Carla DeRosa, and welcome to Rocket TV for another episode of Real Awesome Wellness. I'm here with Rashid Nuri at Truly Living Well Urban Farms down here in Atlanta, Georgia on 75 Hilliard Street. And Rashid Nuri is the father of urban farming, especially in the South. And I graduated from your urban farming training program back in October of 2013. So thank you for being here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I can't think of a better place to be on a beautiful afternoon like this and sitting here with you.
So it's very interesting, just the full circle of this being housing projects, and now you're growing food, and then the food in the conventional food that's served in the restaurants, those food scraps go to feed organic food. It's amazing how full circle it is.
Yes, organic.
Yes.
See, I use that term, that word organic, to mean whole and complete. Okay? It's not an isolated thing. This is organic. No, it's the process that's organic. And if we understand that, then we can begin to tap into that cycle, find our place on that wheel of life, that wheel of health and wealth that keep things rolling. It's when we try to oppose that. I was sitting over here today under the tree talking. I went to high school in San Diego, which is, surf one day, you can go up to the mountains, surf and ski the same day. And we were talking about riptides. And it just occurred to me when you said that. A riptide is a current that carries you out to sea. Okay? And people get hurt in riptides because they try to swim against it, and that current is so strong. But if you stay in the flow, it'll bring you right back in. It'll take you out of ways. You can get scared, but if you get caught in it, you don't fight it. You just go with the flow, and it'll bring you right back home where you're supposed to be.
That's profound.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm from Detroit. So when I was growing up, it was all about the automobile industry. And then as I got into my teen years, we saw a significant decline. And so that was economic decline, because so many black families, including ours, were very dependent on those jobs. And now Detroit is on the cutting edge of urban farming. And a lot of that has to do with you. When I go to Detroit and I tell them what I do, they're like, "Oh, do you know Rashid Nuri?" I'm like, "Yes, I do."
Well, thank you for that. There's some good people. Detroit was one of the few major cities in this country that I did not know anything about. So I got up there. There's a brother named Malik Yakini. He gave me a fabulous weekend. I've been up there a couple times now, but to ride around and see all the different neighborhoods and where the original Ford factory was and Ford Hospital. But Detroit has tremendous potential. You look, it's going through some of those neighborhoods. Every other house, every third house is bombed out or covered up, burned out or covered up. So, you got all this open space in Detroit to grow the food. There are no chain grocery stores. Detroit has some challenges that are being met. This is why I say this local food movement is it's not a movement anymore. We've gone past that. It's a paradigm shift. So you have lots of people, the food councils up there that and all the folks that are engaged in some aspect of it. And as that bottom continues to grow, it's all going to connect eventually, so that you're able to create food sovereignty, food self-sufficiency in that city. And that's what we're going to see. We are going to see around the country. It's growing.
Yes, and that's what I wanted to ask you about. I wanted you to articulate your vision. So you've been doing this for a long time. And so what do you see? What's the legacy? What will my daughter's children, how will they experience food?
They're going to walk out of their house, down the street, around the corner, and be able to eat. Okay, it used to be that man lived within walking distance of where his food was produced. Her food, our food, okay, was produced. And that no longer happens. We're bringing food, averages 1,700 miles before it gets to the table. You have no idea who grew it or the conditions. The biggest oxymoron that I've heard in the last number of years is organic food grown in China and sold at Walmart.
Yes.
That just makes no sense at all. Literally halfway around the world, they're going to bring so-called organic food to this country, be sold in the biggest chain that there is. There's no connection with local food. I don't trust it. I have no idea who grew it, the quality of it, or where it came from.
Did you hear that the FDA just approved for chickens grown here to be processed in China and then
brought back? Well, because they can do it cheaper. You know, where we are right now, Gainesville is the chicken capital of the world. Did you know that?
Yes.
They got a 30-foot marble obelisk with a bronze chicken on top of it, right down the street.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, right downtown, right next to the soldier with the cannon facing north, the Confederate soldier. That's Gainesville, Hall County. All right. So you're going to have chickens. Okay, you got all these chickens being grown. They're going to ship them halfway across the world to be processed and then brought back. When I started in this business, I first learned about the chicken business back in the early 80s. So what is that, over 30 years ago?
Yes.
Whew, I'm getting old.
I know, and, getting better.
Getting better, thank you, dear. And it used to take 10 to 12 weeks to grow a broiler. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, and I know a lot of your viewers are vegetarians or vegans.
Well, just looking for good food medicine.
All right, but this is still relevant to whatever food that you eat. It took 10 to 12 weeks to grow a broiler. Now they do it in 6. Okay? And those birds are all pumped up. They can't even walk from all the chemicals that they've injected in those birds that are confined. I got birds out here. My chickens are free range. They come out of those cages and they run around the farm all day. Eating stuff, and they go home. The chickens come home to roost. And they are beautiful looking birds.
Yes.
Now they are pets, so we don't eat them. I had a set of birds when you were here. They were named roasted, brewed, fried, broiled, and they got stole.
Yes.
They don't allow me to put any names on these. On these
Good
chickens.
deal. Good deal.
Real Awesome Wellness is a great show. We interview experts that tell you the real deal about your body and health, but what you really need to know to get the most out of your body, to have longevity, to have great energy, and just to feel good all the time. That is our birthright. With the right food and simple food medicine techniques, exercise and awareness and consciousness, you can do it. You can have everything you want through your spiritual machine. Tune in for another episode of Real Awesome Wellness on Rocket TV.